Samsung is working on improving a feature called the Now bar, and it's expected to get better by the end of this year. If you haven't used it before, the Now bar is a row of small cards that show up on your lock screen. These cards let you control things like music, timers, or phone calls without unlocking your phone. This feature was first added in One UI 7.0, which is based on Android 15. The idea is to make things quicker and easier. For example, you can pause a song, check a timer, or hang up a call right from the lock screen. It's very handy when you're in a rush or don't want to unlock your phone. But even though it's a smart feature, not many people are using it. That's mostly because it only works with a small number of apps. Right now, just 20 apps are supported, and most of them are made by Samsung. This makes it less useful for people who prefer using other apps. However, that's about to change. Samsung recently shared a guide for the Galaxy Z Flip 7, and it confirms that the number of apps that work with the Now bar will grow from 20 to 35 by the end of 2025. That's a big increase. Samsung didn't say exactly which apps will be added, but it's clear they want the Now bar to be a bigger part of the user experience. This could make the Now bar a lot more helpful. Imagine being able to check your favorite music app, get food delivery updates, or see live sports scores right from your lock screen. You won't have to open apps every time you want to check something. One reason this expansion is possible is because of Android 16. Google added a new tool in Android 16 that lets apps show live updates on the lock screen or status bar. This tool is available for all Android apps, not just Samsung ones. It makes it easier for apps to give you real-time information without opening them. Samsung hasn't added this tool to One UI 8 yet, but if they do, it will make the Now bar much better. More apps will be able to send live updates straight to the lock screen, and the Now bar could become a key feature for Android phones, not just Samsung devices. There's another upgrade coming too, and it's especially good for people who use Samsung's foldable phones like the Galaxy Z Flip. In One UI 7.0, when the Now bar showed cards on the outer screen of the flip phone, you could only see the information. If you tapped it, the phone would open the full app or widget, which wasn't very convenient. That's changing in One UI 8 now. You can interact with those cards directly on the small outer screen. You can tap or swipe without opening the full app or unfolding the phone. This might seem like a small update, but it makes the phone easier to use with one hand and saves time when you're busy. Samsung hasn't listed all the new apps that will be supported, but it's clear they are trying to make the Now bar a big part of One UI. They're making it work with more apps, adding support for live updates, and making it easier to use on foldable phones. All of this points to Samsung wanting to give users faster access to the things they care about. More phone companies are now focusing on making the lock screen more useful. Samsung is doing the same with the Now bar. They want to make sure people can do simple tasks without even unlocking their phones. So what should you expect if you own a newer Galaxy phone? If your device will get One UI 8, like the Galaxy Z Flip 7 or newer models, you'll probably see a better lock screen experience. The Now bar won't just be for Samsung apps anymore. If Samsung adds the new Android 16 tools, we could see apps like Spotify, WhatsApp, or Uber showing updates on the Now bar too. That would make the feature much more useful and help Samsung compete with other phone makers. We don't know all the details yet, but it's clear that Samsung is serious about turning the Now bar into something that people will actually want to use every day.